Back at Harmon Field as we get ready for the 8th grade game between Woodland and Central High.
Beautiful Thursday night at Harmon Field. Starting to feel like fall.
Yeah.
Finally.
Some Metallica blaring here. Hope we don't get dinged for that.
No. YouTube likes to do that on the replay, but hey, this one should be a good one. I would imagine that 7th grade game caught the attention of the 8th graders. They know they've got to be ready to play tonight.
Yeah. Woodland lost to Hillstern 14-6 in the 7th grade game that ended about 20 minutes ago. This is a short kick, and that goes off the hands of a Central player, but out of bounds, and so Central will start.
Well, maybe it didn't. They just dropped the flag.
It's actually going to be a
illegal kick.
Yeah.
That'll sit.
It definitely hit the hand of Hayden Parker, but
too, but not,
yeah, they're going to wave it off. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say. You can't throw the flag if he touched it.
Yeah. So from the 32-yard line is where the Central Warriors will begin.
The side judge willfully, discreetly puts his flag away.
We talked about how big Hellstern's players were. These are some big 8th grade type. I mean, these are guys that look like they could line up on Friday night. A couple of them.
Indeed.
Look at number 5, Jackson Conley, at the end of the line there as a tight end. The quarterback is Aiden Evans, and on first down he gives it with nothing doing. That was Trey Serrano on the run. On the tackle that time for Woodland was Julian Stafford.
Left side of the defense blew through that Central line and made the stop. Good start.
So like we mentioned in the first game, Central, they will feed into Harbor High School in their football program. Evans on second down and 13. Central needs to get to the 42-yard line.
Their head coach, Craig Forger, was one time the head coach at Ramey.
Evans turns around, gives it to Serrano again. This time better results than the first time. He gets out to the 35-yard line. Dawson Birmingham was on the tackle for Woodland, and it's third down.
Mr. Terry was in on the initial hit, slowed him up. Well,
This
heavy dose of run to start.
Woodland 8th grade team is undefeated, unscored on this year.
I believe Central is as well.
Evans gives it to Serrano. Pretty big hole on the right side across the 40. He's at the midfield, cuts back inside, and in Woodland territory falls down at the 47-yard line. Birmingham on the tackle. Also on the tackle for the Colts was Luke Robley.
Kind of slowed him up so everybody could get him, but they get that first down and move the chains. Mr. Terry's going to take a break.
That's a pickup of 18 on the play. Central works from the pistol formation. They run a tight set. They're a lot of running plays. A couple tight ends in on all these plays so far. It's Serrano again, another big hole across the 40, falls forward, carrying some defenders with him. He's got the first down, and he's down to the 34-yard line. A pickup of 12 on the play. Robley again on the tackle for the Colts.
Look, Charlie Graves had him wrapped up, but he was able to shed that tackle and move on. And pretty similar offensive formation to what we saw Hellstern run. A little more physical.
Eight-minute quarters in 8th grade football. There's 5.5 left in the first one of this game. Evans will move a man in motion. That's Nash Jeffus. Gives it to Serrano running left on first down this time, and he's going to be taken down. Birmingham was the first one to get to him for the Colts. Charlie Graves also in on the tackle.
Good pursuit that time.
Colts have won their 2 games by scores of 40-0 and 26-0. That was over Oakdale and Lakeside. Like we mentioned earlier with the 7th grade team, this is their 3rd straight game at home to start the season. They'll be here next week against Harmon Field 2, or at Harmon Field against Ramey. Woodland will be the visiting team, and there's some confusion here before the 2nd down snap and a timeout. The Colts. 4:45 to play first quarter. This is Woodland football presented by Freedom 5-1 and Eagle Bank Mortgage.
Hope my mic wasn't on for everything I was saying in the pregame.
No, I had it down.
All right.
.445 to go, opening quarter, no score.
It's a 2nd down for Central. 2nd down and 9 yards. They're at the 33 of Woodland. They give us to Serrano. He's carried it every play, and he's across the 30 down to about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down upcoming.
Not a lot of surprises about what they're going to do. They're pretty much just going to line up and hand it to Serrano and let him run. Normally Central likes to air it out, so this is a little different look for them.
Evans gives it to Serrano again. This time Woodland reads it perfectly and takes him down in the backfield. He won't get the tackle, but Reed Slankard was the one who blew that play up. Knocked him around, and then Hayden Bowerman came in to finish him off, and now it'll be 4th down, and Central's got a decision to make. Really outside of field goal range here.
Yep. A little trouble there on the handoff. It was almost like the quarterback didn't want to give it up to the running back, or vice versa.
Slankard had a good game last week against Lakeside. Was in on a lot of plays defensively. 4th and 7 here for Central. They're at the 31-yard line. They need to get to the Woodland 24. 3:33 to play first quarter. Aiden Evans is the quarterback. Trey Serrano stands behind him.
They're not going to get it off, Matt. Nope. Or did they burn a timeout first?
Yeah, they were able to get a timeout. So 4th down upcoming, 3:10 to play first quarter. This is Woodland football. I hope he doesn't touch the ball. Yeah. Well,
Oh my God. And of course he was a running back. But I was a dead ball that I running back. I really had a variable on.
yeah. And as we come back here, getting ready for this 4th down play by Central, there's a flag before the snap.
I don't even know that it was even set.
Yeah, it didn't look like the player. I think this might be a substitution infraction here, Blair.
Yeah, I think you're right. That has to be what it is.
And it's against Woodland.
Man.
It's a substitution infraction against the Colts. And so that changes this play quite a bit. Instead of 4th down and 7, it's going to be 4th down and 2 for Central. They'll bring a wide receiver out of the game, and they'll bring a tight end in. More of an H-back type look. Serrano's the running back. Evans is the quarterback. Central needs to get to the 24-yard line. 4th and 2 from the Woodland 26.
Which way will Serrano run? That's been the offense so far.
Evans rolls right, looking to throw, and he's sacked. I think it was Reed Slankard got to him back at the 35-yard line. It was. Slankard with a couple of big plays defensively on that drive for the Colts. And the big one, that'll keep Central out of the end zone on its first drive.
Great job by the defense there. So now the offense will get its first crack.
So it almost played out a little bit like the 7th grade game, but in the 7th grade game, Hellstrom was able to punch it in. And here the Colts defense makes the big stop. And at quarterback for Woodland is Landon Schaefer. He had a big game last week. A lot of big throws, a couple of nice runs, and an interception. He gives it to Birmingham on first down, cuts up the field at the 45. Birmingham at the 50, and he's onto the central side of the field. They'll mark him down at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 15.
Good start.
We saw Woodland have a lot of success in the run game last week, Blair. With Birmingham, Terry also had a really nice game. You'll also see Xavier Burns run it some, Desarian Patterson. There's a lot of running backs on this team that are capable. Got a flag out before Schaefer takes the first down snap. This is going to be a pre-snap penalty, I believe, against the Colts. No, it's against Central. An offsides penalty against the Warriors. So that'll move the ball forward to the 44, and it'll be first down and 5.
Thank you to the viewer who mentioned the scoreboard had the wrong team up. Appreciate that. Thanks, Lisa.
Schaefer gives it right side. Birmingham gets a nice run down to the 42-yard line. And it'll be a 2nd and short.
Good push again by the offensive line. Colts have a little bounce in their step.
Yep. Really like this running back rotation for them. They bring Birmingham out. They bring Burns in. It just seems like they can, as Schaefer takes it here on 2nd down, gets near the first down marker. They'll mark him out at the 40. Might be about a yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1. But Blair, just seems like with their running backs, they can just insert a new one, and it doesn't seem like it falls off too much.
No, and Schaefer can run it as well, so it's kind of like you have a trio of running backs. Like the misdirection that time. Everybody pulled left right side open.
You know, Tyree Terry had such a nice game last week, and he's their 3rd running back, it seems like.
It's a luxury not many teams have.
3rd and 1. Woodland needs to get to the 39-yard line. Schaefer's got 2 receivers to the left side. He'll give it to Burns, running right. Burns cuts back up the field. He's got the first down, lowers his shoulder, and gets down to the 35-yard line. On the tackle that time for Central was Boston Turner. Correction, Boston Turner is 51 for Woodland. That was Holden Shaw, number 51 for the Warriors.
Move the chains, get a first down. Change out tight end position.
Schaefer gives it to Burns. Burns got a big hole across the 30. Burns cuts up field. He's got a first down across the 25 and down to the 24-yard line. A couple of really nice runs by Xavier Burns, and Woodland's knocking on the door of the red zone.
Nice run.
And now here comes Tyree Terry. I like a running back, Blair, that doesn't wear gloves. And Burns doesn't wear gloves. Terry comes in. He doesn't wear gloves. Just kind of some old school players. They'll give it to Terry on first down, runs left side, and he's not going to get much. Falls forward for about a yard. Devin Williams on the tackle that time for Central.
Well, both teams have been committed to the run so far.
We talked about that there are characteristics that really jump out to you. And they're going to let the first quarter come to an end. We'll talk about that after we change sides of the field. After 8 minutes at Harmon Field, we are scoreless. This is Woodland football presented by Freedom 5-1 and Eagle Bank Mortgage. Back at Harmon Field, 8 minutes to play before halftime. Woodland is driving on the central side of the field. Schaefer gives it to Terry, and Tyree Terry doesn't get much. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage at the 23. I own Samuel on the tackle that time for Central.
Tackle with that.
There'll be a third down here for Woodland. The Colts need to get to the 14 of Central. This is about the part of the field where Central got to in the first quarter and couldn't punch it in. Reed Slankard had a big defensive play for the Colts. See if the Woodland offense can do any better. Schaefer rolling right. He's got a man open underneath, but he's just going to keep it. He's at the 20, and he's going to be taken down short of the first down marker. Got down to the 18-yard line. Blair, he had Mathis Brady running uncovered underneath, and he just didn't see him.
Yeah, and he also had a lot of room to the right, too, to run, but that play was a little slow in developing, or he might have tucked it and run and gotten a little closer to the first down marker, but
they'll go for it. It's 4th down and 4. And the clock quit running. We've had a few clock issues tonight.
Well, now it's going.
Yeah, but we're only 20 seconds into the second quarter. This will be the third play.
Yeah, it's a little odd.
Schaefer goes play action, being pressured, rolling to his left, gets away from the initial wave, but he can't get upfield. He's going to be taken down back behind the line of scrimmage. Tate Beam was the first one to get to him. And like Central in the first quarter, Woodland's first drive is going to end with a turnover on downs deep on the other side of the field.
Well, unlike the first 2 weeks when it was pretty easy to get to the edge and keep running, that's not going to be the case tonight. That was a perfect example of it.
You definitely see a lot more defensive speed than we saw the first couple of weeks, at least on the other side of the field.
Yeah, and it's really the first time they've tried to challenge that, so they'll make the adjustment.
Aiden Evans will bring the Central offense back on the field. This time Ione Samuel is going to be the running back for the Warriors. He wears number 7. From the 22-yard line, they'll move a man in motion to the left side. Tight set. They ran it quite a bit on that first drive. Samuel this time is not going to get much. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but he was met by a bunch of Woodland players. The first one there was Luke Robley.
Good job of filling the hole. That's where the tight end kind of stopped, and they were wanting to run through, but there were too many Colts there. Good read by the defense.
This Woodland defense does a pretty good job, Blair, of swarming to the ball.
Yes, they do. It's very good tackling as well.
Yeah, it's very rare that you just see one Woodland player in on a tackle.
The blue swarm.
Second down, Evans takes it, gives it to Samuel. He's hitting the backfield. Reed Slankard again.
Like a
Boy, he's all
bullet.
over the he's all over the field.
Great job. And they wrap up, too. I mean,
Yep.
they're not, once they make contact with those Central players, they're not getting any push or forward motion.
You know, Slinker doesn't look like he weighs just a whole lot. I know we're talking about 8th graders here, but he plays with a lot more physicality than maybe he looks.
Yes.
Third down for Central. It's 3rd and 12. They need to get to the 32. Evans takes the snap, being pressured, hit as he throws. The pass is caught, though. Bounces off a tackler and gets out to the 35-yard line. That was Jackson Conley on the reception.
Charlie Graves on the hit.
It was Landon Schaefer who was bringing the blitz that caused Evans to have to get rid of it quickly. That was a good catch by Conley.
Yeah, good throw, too, knowing that Schaefer was going to get a good look on him. It's amazing how poised these 8th grade quarterbacks are, knowing they're going to get hit and still making the throw.
They'll bring him in motion on first down from the 36-yard line. That was a pickup of 16 on 3rd and 12. They'll give it to Samuel. He's hitting the backfield and then taken down. Birmingham finished him off. It was Schaefer who hit him first. Correction, that was Tidwell who hit him first, and then Birmingham took him down.
Credit the defense that wherever the tight end stops, that's going to be the running lane for the running back, and the Colts doing a good job of recognizing that and swarming to that area.
4:34 to play, second quarter, no score here at Harmon Field. Quick moving game, just like we had earlier tonight. Evans is the quarterback in the shotgun formation. Keeps it, throws left. They've got something here across the 45, midfield. Runs over a man and down to the 48-yard line. That was Nash Jeffus on the reception. Mathis Brady with the tackle over on the far side of the field for the Colts. That was a 16-yard catch, and Central's on the Woodland side of the field for the second time in 2 drives.
Pretty good play call there. Had that wide receiver wide open. There wasn't a Colt within 7 yards of him.
That's what happens when you run the ball every play. It can make the defense susceptible to play action. They'll run a jet sweep here, running right side. A flag's out across the 45, the 40, and out to the 35-yard line, but I think this is going to come back.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
That was Luke Altum on the carry. Daxton Tesmer pushed him out, but I think this is going to be a hold against Central in the middle of the field.
A couple of flags came out on that one. Called it. So which one's the spot of the foul? 49?
They'll move it back to the 41-yard line, so that's actually going to be about an 11-yard penalty. So it would have been behind the line of scrimmage. And now we've got a whistle. And I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah.
Both teams are still down in their stance, and now they're ready for play.
Yeah,
I
everybody
don't
was a
think the
little
officials
confused.
were ready for play.
Yeah.
So it's a first down and 21 here for Central back at their own 41-yard line. They'll give it to Samuel running right side, hit by Birmingham, but boy, he's carrying some Colts with him. Running hard out to the 47-yard line. There may have been 6 Woodland players that touched him on that run.
Yeah, that was the first time we've really been able to see him move a pile of Woodland Colts down the field. So the physicality's starting to take a little bit of a toll as we see some mass personnel changes.
Second down from the 47-yard line. Central on its side of the field needs to get to the Woodland 38. They throw left side. This is Altum. Catches it out near midfield, but taken down after a short gain. That was Graves on the tackle. And it'll be third down.
Good job of getting around that wide receiver block and tackling the guy with the ball. I always try to run like a little pick play with that, but it's dependent on that wide receiver making that block, and that time he was not able to use the Colts. Got past him.
3rd and 11 from the 49 of Woodland. Evans gives a hard count. Woodland nearly took it, but Slinker did a good job of holding his ground. Just 2:18 to play before halftime. Evans looking toward the sideline, and now he takes the snap. Being pressured by Woodland, just throws it. The pass is incomplete. He had a man back behind the defense, but he couldn't connect with him. That was Nash Jeffus, and now it's going to be 4th down. Woodland brought the house.
Yes, they did, and boy, if he throws that to the other side, the receiver's other shoulder, Mr. Terry has an interception.
Well, that set you up well there, Blair. You're going to go for the Who Rocks the House reader.
Oh, well, that's okay. We can do that next. The Central offense, the pace is really odd. It's I don't know if
Just
it's
inconsistent,
by
I
design.
think, might be the.
It's got to be by design. Keep the defense from getting a good jump.
Evans backs up. This may be a pooch punt, and it is. Woodland players get away from it. It's going to be downed inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. All right, get to that reader.
All right, worried about the other guys fumbling at the closing line? You can always trust Dana Boring with Eagle Bank Mortgage to successfully get you in the end zone, which is what the Woodland Colts want to do here. With competitive rates and fees, Eagle Bank Mortgage is sure to always be your first pick, and with Dana's experience, it's sure to be a touchdown. NMLS number 419384, equal housing lender.
1:51 to play before halftime. Woodland and Central scoreless here at Harmon Field. The Colts getting the ball just for the second time tonight. They got inside the 25 on their first drive, but couldn't punch it in. They'll give it to Burns on 1st down. He bounces off a tackler, then falls forward to the 31-yard line. Samuel was on the tackle that time for the Warriors. Woodland still has all their timeouts.
Like the play clock starts a lot sooner when Woodland has the ball as opposed to
Well,
when
it
Central
didn't
has.
reset after he was tackled correctly. 1:15 to play. Schaefer keeps it himself, running left sides across the 35, and he can't get any more. On the tackle that time was Devin Williams.
Well, he was holding on that leg for
Yeah,
dear
he was.
life.
Thought Schaefer might get away. 3rd down and a little more than 2 upcoming for Woodland. They need to get just past the 37-yard line. It's one of those deals, Blair, where you might take a little bit of time here to run the play. And then if you get the 1st down, you might hurry out. 41 on the play clock. They give it to Burns left side, and he's flung down in the backfield.
That's the first time we've seen Central really blow through the Woodland line, get into the backfield.
That's Holden Shaw on the tackle that time for the Warriors. Doesn't look like they're going to take a timeout, though, Blair. Woodland doesn't have to take another snap here if they don't want to. 21-20 on the game clock. The play clock still hasn't started. And if Bobby Crockett decides to, he can take this to the locker room with both teams scoreless, and that looks like what he's going to do.
Yep.
And we are through 2 quarters here at Harmon Field.
The back judge threw his flag.
I think he was looking at the wrong clock.
Yeah.
Scoreless at halftime. Just a couple of possessions each for Central and Woodland, and neither team able to punch it in. Woodland, Blair, 10 quarters now without giving up a touchdown for their 8th grade defense. Pretty good showing here early on.
No doubt. We tested early on the running game of Central. Both teams run the ball pretty successfully. Nobody's really tested the air too much, but pretty even matchup so far, man.
Yeah.
This one.
It's a 10-minute halftime. We'll keep the camera rolling. You can see the cheerleaders perform here. And we'll be back in a few minutes. This is Woodland football. As we start the fourth quarter, some flags, and it looks like this is going to be against Central. An offsides penalty that'll give Woodland a first down. The Colts will get penalty yardage. That'll take them 2 yards past the sticks. It'll be first down and 10 here at the 27-yard line. 8 minutes to play. Landon Schaefer looking right side. He's got a man. This is Graves, and he just couldn't pull it in. Charlie Graves got his fingers on it at the 45, but couldn't pull it into his body. Hayden Parker was back on the coverage that time for Central. And it'll bring up second down. We've seen Blair a couple of times where Woodland's nearly hit something big over the top and just a little bit too far for the receiver.
Same play we saw earlier, just so close. And whistles. And a discussion. Now they're going to bring the other side judge over. I don't know if they ever whistled the ball set.
There's a couple of, there's the down marker on the far side of the field is incorrect. It says third down. This should be second down.
Yeah.
They get that changed, and here we go. Second down and 10. Woodland at its own 27-yard line. Schaefer will keep it himself. Gets up the middle at the 30. Schaefer makes a man miss at the 35. He's at the 40. A first down run and a really good run for Landon Schaefer out to the 43-yard line. Serrano brought him down, but not before a 16-yard pickup. And Blair, this is among the best rhythm I think that we've seen from the Woodland offense tonight.
And that's Schaefer at his best right there running in the open field. Very elusive. That'll open things up for other elements of the offense.
Two receivers left side. Schaefer gives it to the back, and there's a whistle, and this play is going to be blown dead. There's a flag on the far side of the field, and I think this might be a pre-snap penalty against the Colts.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It is a false start against Woodland.
Both teams have kind of shot themselves in the foot with penalties. I feel like Woodland's kind of finally starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm on offense.
First and 15 here for the Colts. Penalty moves them back to their own 38. Schaefer looking left side. And now he throws underneath. The pass is caught by Slinkert across the 45 and pushed out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
Nice job of picking up a couple extra yards before being forced out of bounds. So they get the yardage back from the penalty and a little extra. So now it'll be, what, second and 5?
Yeah, they actually moved the ball up to the 48-yard line. Good job there, too, by Schaefer. Rolling to his left. And
yeah, the down marker went to 3 again, and they got it back to 2.
Schaefer keeps it himself on the read option, gets across midfield. He's got the first down to the Central 43. Stood up, still not down, and falls forward to the 40.
Yeah, he's not necessarily following his blocks, but in a sense, that's allowing him to choose different lanes, and Central's not been able to corral him when he does that.
Looks like here in the past couple of drives, they're giving Landon a little bit more flexibility.
Or that may be by design, but it's working.
First down from the Central 40, 6:07 to play. Schaefer gives it.
Oh, nice hold.
Burns with 5, give him 6 down to the 34-yard line. Samuel on the tackle that time for Central.
He just followed Julian Stafford that time.
The Central defense looks a little tired, Blair.
Yep. Well, that's where the pace of Woodland's offense kind of, if they're going against the Central offense every day in practice, they're so slow and methodical. You're not used to this.
Second down and 4. Woodland really not in any hurry here because if they score, there's a pretty good chance they're going to win this game. Schaefer keeps it himself, gets across the 30, breaks a tackle, breaks another across the 25, and gets out to the 22, maybe the 21-yard line. Tate Beam on the tackle that time for the Warriors. They mark him out at the 22.
That ball fake where he fakes the handoff, he does that so well. Boy, that was a great example of it there. Everybody thought he had handed it off.
That was a gain of 12 that time for Schaefer.
Now Woodland's going to slow the pace down a little bit.
Clock is stopped with 5:10 to play. The Colts with a first down and 10 here from the central 22-yard line. This is the deepest Woodland has been onto the central side of the field all night. Schaefer looked like busted play. Gets across the 20, the 15, and he's down to the 14. Looked like he was expecting Burns to come take the handoff from the other side, and Burns was lined up on his right, not his left. Landon took it and ran for 8.
Yep, it worked. Boy, you gotta like this. 2nd and 1, you're knocking on the door.
Woodland needs to get just past the 13-yard line to convert the first down. They bring Terry in as the running back. We saw Tyree Terry have some nice runs last week. And now we've got a whistle and I believe a timeout taken by the Colts. 4:32 to play fourth quarter. It's scoreless, but Woodland is driving. This is Woodland football. Takes the snap, gives it to Terry, running left side, trying to get outside. He's got the first down. He's at the 10, and he's going to be knocked out at the 5-yard line. Tyree Terry with his best run of the night, 9 yards, and it's 1st and goal for the Colts. No time came off the clock, so there's 4:32 still remaining.
Now the whole playbook is pretty much available at this point. You got 4 cracks to punch it in.
Schaefer on first down, and he's got the touchdown. Landon Schaefer goes in from 5 yards out. And with 4:24 to play, the Colts with the biggest play of the game. A 5-yard touchdown run by Landon Schaefer breaks a scoreless tie.
Nice blocking up front. He just followed the blockers right into the end zone. Now this is critical here, the 2-point conversion, because if Central somehow was able to answer, this could be the deciding factor.
Terry will stay out as the running back here on the 2-point try. Woodland taking plenty of time to get the play in.
I think they're going to have to take a timeout, Matt. They're going to need to, because they're going to have to rush it otherwise. Yeah.
And they will take a timeout.
Well, one of the coaches is having a discussion with the
side judge.
Judge. I wonder what that is about.
Well, it's a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Woodland football. quarter. Those were big plays. 2-point try here. Schaefer rolls to his right. And now he just throws it, and it's caught. Did he get his foot down? No, they said he didn't. I thought he did, Blair.
Yeah, I did too. Boy, that was close. Oh, he's saying he bobbled it. He's saying the side judge is saying that he was.
I don't think that's the right call.
I don't think
I thought he had possession,
either.
and I thought he got his foot down. That was Landon Holzhauer who caught it, but they say he was out of bounds.
Yeah, coaches aren't seemingly arguing too much, so.
So the Woodland kickoff team comes out with 4:24 to play, and the Colts maybe just need to get one more stop, Blair, and they'll go to 3-0.
Yep. Need to come up with a defensive stop here. See how what Central will try to do. They're going to have to operate a little faster tempo than what they've done. Need a good kickoff here and pin them back.
It's a low kickoff. It goes off of Parker, and he'll pick it up and get it out across the 40 to the 45. So Central's going to have good field position.
Made a nice return. 4:14. But so will Central try to go to the air, or will they just continue to pound the rock, hoping for a big play? They don't want to get lulled in by thinking they're just going to run and give up a big pass play.
And now we've got a pre-snap penalty. That's going to be against the Colts.
Can't do that.
Hayden Bowerman came across too early. And so that'll give Central a first down and 5 at midfield.
Where that slow, methodical snap count works against a defense that's trying to be a little bit aggressive. They use it against you.
First down and 5. Evans is the quarterback. Serrano is the running back. Now they'll move a man in motion. 3:44 to play. Evans looks left side. The pass is caught. And first down yardage by Luke Altum.
Stops the clock.
Robley with the tackle that time for the Colts. Clock stops with 3:37 to play. This Woodland defense has got to make a play.
Yep. See if they try those quick hitters to the sideline and get out of bounds. They still have to go the full 10 this time.
Evans looks right side this time. The pass is caught.
There's a hold.
And Schaefer takes him down after a gain of just a couple. It was Tate Beam on the reception that time for the Warriors.
They were holding Butler too on that. One wide receiver was trying to set him a screen. He had both hands all over Butler's shoulders.
It didn't get out of bounds. The clock is still running. 3:11 to play. Woodland trying to hold on. 6-0 lead. Evans in the shotgun. Pump fakes, throws, pass incomplete. Great defensive play that time by Daxton Tesmer to knock it down. I'm going to tell you, had Tesmer not knocked it down, Hayden Wood was behind him. He might have scored.
Yeah, it was a pretty good throw in traffic. Now a big third down here.
.244 to play. Central facing a 3rd down and 8. The Warriors need to get to the Woodland 35-yard line. They'll run it. Serrano up the middle across the 40 and taken down short of the line again. On the tackle that time was Reed Slankard. They'll give him yardage to the 38. It'll be 4th down and 3 from there.
Here's your ball game, at least at this point.
2:21 to play, and now we've got a timeout taken, I believe, by the Colts.
Yep.
Yeah, they want to get their defense set up for this 4th down and 3.
Good crowd tonight.
Yeah,
Active crowd.
Yeah, for sure.
Biggest crowd I think we've seen this year, both sides. Most people we've seen on visitor sideline.
Shorter drive for Central than for either of the first two teams that came down here.
True.
We mentioned that, Lakeside is a Springdale school district, but they might have the longest drive to Harmon Field from anywhere in northwest Arkansas, including the Bentonville schools.
Yeah, it's out there. No Bulldog game tomorrow night. It'll be next Friday, conference opener against Bentonville West. Both teams.
For both teams, yeah.
Have
West has got
week.
the game off tonight, tomorrow. West 2-1, Fayetteville 0-3.
But has played well.
They played
week.
and they played a tough schedule.
Yeah, very tough. They've gotten better each week, so it's going to be exciting to see what.
West has played a pretty good schedule too.
Yeah,
they
both
lost to
teams
Broken Arrow. See, Owasso beat Broken Arrow 32-6 the week after they played Fayetteville.
Oh, wow.
That's a good team.
Yes.
I still contend that we're not going to see a better team this year than we saw when Owasso played the Purple Dogs a couple of weeks ago.
I don't know who's going to challenge them honestly over there.
Maybe Jinx.
Maybe. I think Union's down this year.
Union's definitely down. All right, 4th down and 3. Central from the 38, and there's a false start.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
That's a biggie.
Yes, it is. That's the tight end. Jackson Conley took off early.
Yep.
And now instead of 4th and 3, it's going to be 4th and 8 for the Warriors. They move the ball back to the 43-yard line.
Feel for the young man. There's nowhere to hide. Everybody saw it. No one feels worse about it than he does. So let's see if they change the game plan. Let's go Colts.
Central's got to get to the 35. Evans being pressured from behind, throws it deep, and the pass is incomplete. He overthrew his man. He was looking for Conley or Wood. I'm not sure which one. They were both over there on the far sideline. Credit Landon Holzhauer coming on the blitz and making Evans get rid of it maybe a little bit quicker than he wanted to.
Yeah.
And Woodland will take over on downs with 2:11 to play.
Might have ended up having to put a little too much on it just to get it off. But, okay, now the thing is, if you're the Colts, you've got to protect the football. Central's going to be trying to rip it out here. Protect the football. That's more important than – well, they could probably – well, did they need
Central
to get
taking a
first
timeout?
down?
I don't think they have.
So they'll probably burn him here.
One timeout should do it. I'm sorry, one first down should do it for Woodland.
But first and foremost, protect that football.
I guess we might see Landon Schaefer carry it. It's been all Landon Schaefer in the second half.
Oh, he's been phenomenal tonight.
They'll give it to Birmingham, running right side. Dawson Birmingham breaks a tackle, breaks another, gets across the 45, and falls forward to the 48-yard line.
He almost got loose for a big one there. Boy, that helps.
Luke Altum on the tackle that time for Central, and the Warriors will take a timeout with 1:58 to play.
We're about 4 yards now away from that first down.
Dana Boring and Eagle Bank Mortgage are proud supporters of this season of Woodland Colts football. Be sure to call Dana for all your mortgage needs. NMLS number 419384, equal housing lender. The Colts are facing a 2nd down and 4 here, and Blair Woodland's got this game in their pocket. If they can just hold on to the ball or get a first down, I think either one would probably do the trick.
I think so. First down, victory formation.
Yep. You think they'll snap it in the shotgun victory formation?
You know,
I haven't seen a team yet take a snap from under center this year.
no. It's a good question.
Well, Mike Leach's teams do that, and it's one of the craziest things.
Yes.
Schaefer Keeps it himself, goes across midfield, cuts upfield. He's got the first down, and that should be the ball game. Landon Schaefer's been so good on that read option here in the second half. He gets 6 yards there out to the 46. And with a minute 50 to play, the Colts ought to be able just to run the ball out.
Yep. Boy, what another outstanding game for him this week. Both sides of the ball.
You think about watching these players and which ones might be able to play for the high school team here in a couple of years. And, boy, you got to wonder if Landon Schaefer's going to maybe be a playmaker as a sophomore for the Fayetteville High School team. Based on what we've seen against his age level, you'd think he might be able to.
Oh, yes, definitely. He'll find a way.
Minute 23. Schaefer keeps it himself again. And he's just trying to run some clock, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield back at the 49-yard line. That was Ione Samuel on the tackle.
I guess that's the shotgun version of the victory formation.
Yeah. Central takes another timeout. Clock will stop with a minute 13 to play.
Well, can't take them with them, so I guess they might as well use them, right? The big one next week, bragging rights on the line.
The Ramey Red Wolves.
Ramey. First time Colts versus Red Wolves, though, in this storied series history. Neighbor versus neighbor.
Yeah.
And then everybody will come together as one after that.
Yeah, I guess these 8th graders, they'll be teammates next year on the Fayetteville High School 9th grade team. When we resume play, it'll be a second down and 13 for Woodland from the 49-yard line. They don't show timeouts on the scoreboard here. We believe Central's got one more timeout.
Yeah. Hold on to the football. That's, I'm sure, the main emphasis of what the coaches were saying in that timeout.
Schaefer in the shotgun. Burns is next to him. Schaefer keeps it himself, falls forward to the 45-yard line. And Central will take its final timeout.
Almost didn't take, well.
With a minute and 1 to play.
Yeah. Almost went too fast. You need to burn a little more clock, even though that's probably their last timeout. Third down, is that right?
Yeah, it'll be third down. Third down and 9.
Well.
Who rocks the house? We say the Colts rock the house. Who finance the house? We say Eagle Bank Mortgage finances all homes with their competitive rates and fees. Call Dana Boring at Eagle Bank Mortgage to rock your way into a new home. NMLS number 419384, Equal Housing Lender.
Put 4 seconds back on the clock, Matt. 1:05 now.
Yeah, and I think that's the right call.
Yeah.
The officials were waving their arms, and the clock was still running.
So things, let's see, 21st-second clock. Central may.
If they don't get a first down here, they may have to kick it away.
Yeah, they may get one crack at it.
Now remember, the clock will reset to 40 seconds after the play. And so you're looking at maybe,
depending on how long
maybe
this play
10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah, not much, but
that Central would have, and
you know, go the length of the field.
Yeah, barring a disaster on the kick.
Crazy things can happen. I would imagine we'll see Schaefer run around a little bit more this time. Try to eat some more clock.
Birmingham's the running back. It's third down and 9. Woodland needs to get to the 36. Central is out of timeouts. Schaefer gives it to Birmingham, and he's near the first down. I'm not sure if he got it.
I think he got it.
They're going to mark him down. Well, they gave him really nice yardage down to the 35-yard line. That's a first down. That's the ball game.
That'll do it.
So the Woodland Colts are going to move to 3-0. And not only that, Blair, they're going to pitch their third consecutive shutout.
How about that?
A great start to the season for the Colts. And here's the victory formation.
Yeah.
We wondered what it's going to look like. Not only is it a shotgun, but you got the running back standing 15 yards behind the quarterback, I guess, in case
something
for
happens.
a bad snap.
Yeah.
It's a good snap. Schaefer takes a knee. And that should be that.
How about that? 3-0.
And the Colts, they'll run off the field undefeated and with a hard-fought win tonight over the Central Warriors. Really good showing tonight, I thought, from both 7th and 8th grade teams from both schools. Woodland 7th grade team didn't start off too well, but they gave Hellstern a fight in the first game, and then tonight Woodland and Central both played really nice 8th grade games, and the Colts got to feel pretty good coming out with a win.
Well, I think so, yeah. Both games very competitive, pretty well balanced. 7th grade came up a little short, but the 8th grade looked really